in.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up? We are here on Thanksgiving Eve to give you the latest and on the juiciest Real Housewives of Beverly Hill. I am here with my two wonderful co-hosts, Chase and Jamie. Chase, how you doing today?
Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? I just want to do it like you did it.
You're so rude.
So you're good. You're feeling like yourself. Jamie, how are you?
Cheers to the girls' weekend. I'm feeling great.
And Chase, I saw you doing
Cheers,
that.
bitch.
Chase, I saw you doing that little dance behind the scenes while we was playing the thing. I saw you going do.
What dance? The
Dun, 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 dun,
They don't
dun.
know. We have a good time in that little 1 minute just getting our minds ready and right. So, first of all, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I know tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and a lot of people are going to be, I know some people have started prepping their food, and so thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come here and lean in with us. We are always honored that you choose us to come get your news from and gossip and all the other, you know, all the stuff. But with that being said, I think let's just take off because I don't want to be long winded like Dorit tonight.
I'll be damned if I'm here till 8:30.
But that means
Oh my God.
that means you're gonna have to be less Dorit like. But
Oh,
Today, on the eve of thanks that we give,
the time for
okay,
grace is over.
it's over.
Uh,
I'm not dealing with your shit anymore.
well, speaking of Dorit, we pick up with the scene continuing from last week with Dorit and Kyle's face off at Sutton's party. Um, Kyle starts off by telling Dorit that she isn't acting like herself. And Dorit plainly says, I'm not putting up with your shit anymore. I'm like done. um, Kyle says both have different feelings about what happened and both have their sides. Dorit says, our history matters. And that Kyle was hurtful when she said Dorit exaggerated their friendship. Kyle stated that she said that because Dorit hurt her at BravoCon with the rating of the Richards sisters. And Dorit said it was a joke, something we used to do. But Kyle said it really hurt her. And, Dorit says that Kyle is doing exactly what she expected, and Kyle must think she's stupid. Dorit feels that Kyle is really upset over what she said on Watch What Happens Live, and isn't being honest about that. And if she was honest, they'd be able to move on. She tells Kyle that she didn't speak to her for months instead of telling her how she felt. Kyle said, well, I was struggling emotionally, and I didn't have that in me. And Dorit is not accepting any of Kyle's excuses, baby. She is not here for any of it. Kyle tells Dorit to give her some grace, and Dorit says, grace time is over, baby. Go find you somebody to play with. And, they both get up from the table. They don't really resolve anything. Garcelle, annoyingly to me, runs out and checks on Kyle. And then, Kyle fills her in on what happened in her version, in her own manner. And then Dorit and Erica talk to them, and they both just get in their cars and leave the party. So I will start with you, Chase. What are your thoughts?
my first thought is that I was praying you would not start with me, but that's okay, Diva.
Well, you were next to top, so do you want me to start with Jamie first?
No, it's cool. No, I'm joking, but I'm a little serious too. But before I start, I'm glad that you did pick me because I am interested to know from you, Mr. Host Man,
Oh
why
yeah,
did you say,
many, Mr. Houseman.
wait,
Hey, yeah.
why did, Mr. Postman, Mr. Hostman, why did you say Garcelle was annoying?
It annoyed me that she went to check on Kyle because Kyle don't give a damn about Garcelle. Kyle has showed that time and time again. And while they may
And
have
Garcelle don't give a damn about Kyle.
and they might have a common quote unquote enemy or foe in Dorit right now, because Garcelle and Dorit just don't see it for each other. I want Kyle to be on the island alone right now.
Yeah.
I don't want Kyle to latch on to Garcelle and Sutton too, just because she doesn't have her loyal sidekick anymore. So to me, I really wish that Garcelle would have let her just gone on.
Okay, facts. I'll take that. I just was really interested to know why that annoyed you. So, you know what? I'll allow it. Um, as far as everything else is concerned, Kyle is not a good friend. And the reason why, there was something that Kyle said specifically, and now it's escaping me, but there's something that she says specifically in the conversation that made me realize, well, not made me realize because I've never felt that she was a good friend to anyone, but confirmed it for me in this situation that Kyle is not only in the wrong, but she's also not a good friend. Not only does she weaponize her her misfortune, you know, Kyle right now is down on her luck, back against the wind, trying to make it, no way to win. And it's like, first of all, I don't feel bad for you, Diva. You're rich. But rich people have feelings too, and that's not to say that they don't go through hardships and personal struggles of their own. But it feels like to me, she thinks that she's the only person who has these personal struggles, pits and valleys and highs and lows. Because I think I'm going to paraphrase it, but there was something that she said towards the end where she said that she felt that she felt that Dorit was making up reasons to have issue with her, when in my thinking that I'm thinking, if she's making up reasons to have an issue with you, then who's to say that you're not making up reasons to have an issue with her? As easy as it is for you to dismiss her feelings, then why are your feelings the only one in this situation that matter and can be taken into effect or into consideration? You're not the only person in this relationship. It is you and Dorit, and she's allowed to have feelings too, and she's allowed to have grievances too. And I think that for Kyle to say something like that lets me know that she only has a one-track mind, and that one-track mind is all about her. She made up reasons, she lied, she stuttered, she stammered, and when she got caught at every turn because she thought Dorit was dumb, obviously she thought, first of all, if I was Dorit, this would give me insight into how she's really perceived me over the years as a foot soldier to carry out her grievances and to do whatever she wanted to do, basically, aka what we call down south a do girl. She treated her like a do girl throughout this whole friendship and relationship. And then when she is getting caught and called out, now it's, well, who are you? I don't even know you, as she does all over the whole series. If anytime someone calls her out or brings up a point, it's, I don't even know you. I would not like to know Kyle Richards.
Fair. I echo everything you say, Jamie.
Exactly. Kyle is a ultimate gaslighter, and she is insufferable. She immediately, the only way Kyle Richards likes you is if you never disagree with her and you nod your head and say, yes, sister. Speak truth, sister. Speak power in your words. Like, that's the only way that she will ever support you. She sat down and immediately was like, well, Dorit, I need you to apologize to me. Like, I need you hurt me, you hurt me. I agree with you, Chase, the whole time saying you are making up reasons to be mad at me, but then literally admitted to Dorit's face, well, the only reason I said that you and I weren't friends was because you chose my sister Kathy over me. So you admit you created a reason to be mad at Dorit, because, and anybody can see that clip plain as day. It was a joke. Dorit
She laughs in
literally,
the clip.
she
Because she
literally
had just
only
spilled
said,
the drink on Dorit.
yes, you spilled a drink on her. And literally, Dorit said, well, obviously it's Kathy. Like, that literally is the only
But
reason.
Jamie, in that moment, she laughed.
Yes. And then they show a clip of her crying later, like, oh my God, I'm going through so much. And it's like, but in my mind, I'm like, well, why are you mad that Dorit said she likes Kathy more
Do it
when
again,
you don't
Jamie.
feel like y'all are friends?
I'll do it
Like,
again,
oh my
please.
God, I'm going through so much. Like, I'm like, it's I will allow Garcelle to go and check in on her, because Garcelle for the last 3 years has been the best ghost producer. So Garcelle was doing what Garcelle Bouvier does as a producer. She's going in, she's getting Kyle to talk shit about Dorit. She also knows that Dorit is in the right on this, I think. She just will never see it for
Well,
Dorit.
Jamie, question. You say Kyle Garcelle's producing, and she's doing her Black Girl Missing series. Can we do a Kyle Richards Missing series?
I
Beverly
I
Hills?
wish.
Can she
I
come back?
wish. But you know what? Garcelle is not dumb. Garcelle is smart. She knows that Kyle is full of shit. She knows that if she asks Kyle, well, what went on, Kyle will manipulate the conversation. Kyle will omit very key points, and Kyle will make herself look horrible on camera. And what did we see happen? Kyle omitted certain things. She manipulated the conversation, and she made herself look even worse. You know how bad you have to be for Dorit, one of the most insufferable cast members for the last 3 years, for everybody on social media literally be rooting for her to take you down. Like, my God. So I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Like Garcelle and Sutton both are playing the long game. They're getting where they need to be. They're letting these ladies look stupid, and meanwhile they're having drinks and partying with the bride of Chucky. So
Okay,
they're fine.
well, you know what? Since both of y'all allowed it, it's 2 against 1. I'm gonna have to allow it too with Garcelle. Here's my thing. And
Where's my gavel?
I want you to put a pin in this, but Kyle says something later on that lets me know she didn't come to this conversation to hear Dorit out.
At all. At all. She doesn't care. She never comes to any
She didn't
conversation
come
wanting to
here
hear
to hear
someone out.
anything Dorit had to say. And I'll tell you later when she makes the comment in another scene that let me know that.
Remember when she came to that conversation in the middle between Diana and Sutton? She was like, "I'm here. What is that? I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum." It's like, why are you beating this lady's ass? Hear her out first. And there's another
she
thing.
grabbed Sutton. Sutton, please stop. Sutton was like, oh, how?
Oh.
Please, Kyle.
Well, now we can move on to one of my.
Well, wait, before you do, I just wanted to add this very briefly. I'm sorry, it's going to be quick, but I do want to say this really quickly, okay? In regards to Garcelle, where she's falling out of favor with this situation, because I see people in the group chat saying that she was, just probably assigned by production to be the one to go check on her, also to be the one, as you guys say, who was producing and laying low and playing the long game. Where she's falling out of favor with me on this particular situation is she's still not keeping it real, because if you're keeping it real and if she is doing what you said that she's doing, Danny, which is, oh, I know that Dorit's right, but I'm going to go ahead and still, be Team Kyle. I wish she would say that. I wish she would say that. I know you don't like Dorit,
but let's give her
team
grace.
nobody.
It's only episode
Well,
2.
yeah.
Let's hope that comes out, because Garcelle don't mind her confessional. So let's wait and see. Dinner.
Because you cannot like Dorit. People are upset at her for talking crap about Dorit when this is literally what everyone does on Housewives. If it's up and it's stuck, I'm always throwing shade at you. My foot is always
Absolutely
on your neck. She does not like Dorit.
I don't Dorit or Kyle, and it's making me sick to my stomach to have to say in this situation Dorit is right.
Yeah, I
hate it,
but I still don't like it. So look, many times in the Bravoverse, we get new housewives. And when I tell you that I feel that last night's episode gave us a master class on how you introduce a housewife and what her background is. Because we got a proper introduction to Bose. We really did. And when I tell you that woman's resume is extensive. So, it starts off her introduction where she's arriving at a workshop she's hosting called the Badass Workshop. And we see her mingling with, her, I hate to use the word fans, but her supporters or her attendees at the workshop. And the cutest little thing was when one of them sees the opportunity to ask her for a job. And I just love that. She was like, baby, go and, leave your information with my team, honey.
I love it.
And what I will say is that workshop seemed really empowering. And when Bose was talking, it was like, I was drawn in like I was in attendance there.
Yeah.
And I there's nothing better than giving advice through the telling of your own professional experiences, because you've lived it, And on a sad note, we learned about her marriage to Peter Daniel St. John. And she lets us know that right after she negotiated that famous deal for PepsiCo to sponsor the Super Bowl, 3 months later, he died. And she says that this happened when her daughter was turning 4 and she was robbed of her father. And, right now it's just her and her daughter, and, they're making the best of life, but you could tell, a child missing their father, it hurts you as a parent to see that,
Yeah.
But I really love how she told a story at the end when she had that epiphany of when it was time for her to move on and do her own thing. Well, and Jamie, you were supposed to go first this time, so Chase is not here. So what are your thoughts on this scene?
Well, I mean, in our group chat, I am already in love
Well,
with
me and you are a team.
Bozma. I love it. I love it. We've been recapping the show for the last, what, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, and Beverly Hills, out of all of the franchises, seems to stumble a bit when they introduce new characters because the ones that stick. And so we saw Diana 2 years ago. We saw Annabelle last year. The thing where I think Bozma really succeeds is the woman is a success. The woman, like you said, Danny, her resume is extensive. Like, this woman has worked her butt off. Her name is synonymous with success in the business world, in her community, and across the country. She was in Forbes. I've seen her in Essence. She's been in magazines. She's hosted symposiums. She's hosted TED Talks. Like, this lady
Mind you,
knows her
I
shit.
heard when I found out when it mentioned about her being the CMO for Netflix. I
Mm.
remember when that happened, but I just
Yep.
didn't know who she was. But I remember hearing that announcement
Like,
from.
okay, great. Look at this black woman being a CMO. This is
Yeah.
great. And she's young. She's still relatively young. I think where she succeeds is she has this resume, but her personality is just so much fun. And she's just so lively. And she could very well be a bitch because, as she mentioned, if I had a nickel for every time someone asked me for a job, well, I am a millionaire after all. I
But
was like, yes,
but
that's
even
the
when
energy.
even when she's flexing her muscle like that, it doesn't come off forced. It's very natural. It's a
Yeah.
natural thing about her.
She built herself, and I'm loving her so much. Like, this is the energy that we need. I just love every single thing about her. Like, yeah, I'm loving it. They got it right with her.
So Chase, before you had to step out and come back in, I was just saying that I thought that Bravo gave us a master class last night on how you really introduce a new housewife and give us their backstory when it came to Bose. What were your thoughts on that scene when we saw everything about her?
I felt like it was a hearkening to the old days, and we got to know her and her story. And I wish that more, because each city for the most part has a different production company, so it's handled completely different in each franchise. They should take notes from how Beverly Hills introduced Bose. Bose, right?
Yep,
Bose, yeah.
Bozma.
Yes, they introduced Bose last night. I thought it was epic, a masterclass. I'm all in.
I wouldn't be shocked if she had a hand in making sure it was produced right too. You're not going to introduce me any old kind of way. and
Look,
if she did,
I just
and if she did, I'm
yeah,
here.
let me do it. I
Um,
think she's just absolutely beautiful. Like, her smile lights up a room. Her energy is infectious. I love that she came in like with no kind of like alliances. She was just like, I'm just gonna talk with whoever, and if I'm vibing with you, then like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and do it. I love it. I love her.
I had to put this comment up here too because I did like this too. While we
Yep.
know that she came through the show through Sutton and she knows Sutton, they're not pretending that her and Sutton are best friends or anything like that. So
Yeah.
it seems more authentic to me.
And I mean, I
Well,
like that even Sutton said, she was like, we run in the same circles, we go to
Yeah,
the same parties. But it wasn't like, this is my good friend. But you can tell that they know
they're
each other. They hang out together. They've done that. But neither one of them are like, there's no alliances, there's no allegiance. And I like that Sutton is not saying my friend
yes,
is
Chase.
being friends with Lisa.
Yeah.
yeah,
Lisa or
absolutely.
Dorit. Who's Lisa?
So
Ooh, please. Oh my God, even worse.
as we do the next scene, you guys, just so you know, I'm gonna combine the Kyle and Sutton having lunch with
Yeah.
Erica, Bose, and Dorit having lunch because they kind of they started flashing back and forth at one point. So, but I'm gonna just go all through one and all through the other. Ooh, and I
Well, I
lost
just
my.
want to say really quickly, and
Go ahead.
I love that idea, but only problem I'm having with Bose right now is the read. Move forward. Continue. Continue.
Mm.
I have that problem too, but again, I'm gonna give her credit for making up her own mind about people and not letting anybody try to. I'm gonna give her that credit. but I
That's
want to
not
see.
Bose's problem. That's the Reed's problem I have with the Reed. So
But I
Yeah.
want to see Bose have a lunch with Garcelle. I want to see Bose have a lunch with Kyle. Like, get to know everybody on your own.
Yeah.
All right. So Kyle and Sutton meet for lunch. Sutton lets Kyle know that she had Botox done in this area. Why we needed to know that, I don't know. But Sutton really wastes no time going right in and giving Kyle some advice and tough love about what happens with money during a separation and divorce. And if I'm Kyle, I'm gonna pay attention because this woman is getting $350K a month. She's not no slouch in that department. She knows how to do what needs to be done. And you could tell that Kyle is annoyed while Sutton is talking about this to her, I think she wants to go in on Sutton but can't because she's
right
on an island by herself. But Sutton just says, "Listen, he has the agency now, and this and that." Kyle mentions that when in Mo's book, he wrote that he owed the agency all to her. And Sutton says in her confession, "Baby, that is not going to hold up in court, honey. An excerpt in the book is not going to be used as a court document." And Sutton tells Kyle, "You need to file. Like, you need to file." And that makes Kyle very uncomfortable. And then this is the part, you guys, where I mentioned that I knew that Kyle was not having that conversation with Dorit to listen to her, because they get to talking about a little bit what happened. And Kyle says, what I thought was going to happen was I would get to say my side and we get to the other side of it. I get to say what I had to say and get to the other side of this. You didn't say and hear her out too. You said you wanted to get your stuff off your chest and then get to the other side of what happened, of the situation. So again, like I say, Kyle tells, and I say this over and over for a reason, Kyle tells Sutton her version of what happened, because Kyle's telling a version that I don't see anywhere, even in what we see. It doesn't exist. Neverland.
Neverland.
And, Sutton asks Kyle if she misses Dorit, and Kyle says that she's too angry for that right now. I don't know how you're gonna beat me bad at doing me wrong, but and so then we flip to Erica and Dorit visiting Bose at her beautiful, amazing home in Malibu. And they put her Malibu home for a reason, so I'm assuming she has another home in California.
Yep.
And I think the most amazing thing was that when this is when I know Bose has money. Bose has money. That woman was sprinkling gold dust on her fruit casually while talking to her assistant. And in the car on the way there, Dorit tells Erica that her and Bose hit it off immediately. And so when they get to the house, Bose said, "Baby, you gotta take off your shoes."
I love it. I said, "Ooh, that's so very specific. Like only certain people are gonna get that. Please take your shoes off when you come into my home."
Yeah, and Dorit makes the point about, well, if I'd known I had to take them off, I wouldn't have worn them because they make the outfit. Well, girl, if you wouldn't have worn them and you wore something else, you
still would have the shoes on.
You still don't have the shoes for the outfit, so I don't know.
Without shoes, so I don't understand.
But as they get ready to go out to the door leading outside, Bose provides some beautiful, comfy slippers. Them outside slippers that she has for her guests are probably too expensive for me to buy, for me to wear all the time.
And the fact that she just has them lying around for these are the shoes that you can only wear outside, and she throws them away after. So
right. And so when they sit down, Bose tells them that before the party, her and Sutton had a visit, and she was forewarned of the situation with Dorit and Kyle. And to my shock, Dorit actually wasn't mad that Kyle, that Bose was told about it by Sutton. But Dorit begins to fill in Bose, and Bose, to me, is asking all the right questions. And Dorit says, that there's two sets of rules, one for Kyle and one for y'all. Erica is very Karen Huger with it and says she sees both sides. Erica says they're both going through separations and says, "Honey, while Mo and PK are all having the time of their lives, we're here arguing in Encino." And Erica, in turn, asks Dorit about what's happening with PK. And Dorit says it's been easy to keep up appearances at home and, to the children because PK has always been gone for weeks at a time because of work. And Bose asks if there's a chance for reconciliation, and Dorit says there's always that possibility. I don't know if PK believes that, but Chase.
News to PK.
PK was like, "Oh, there, let me put the drink down there." Oh, okay, all right.
I like this little fact that Kevin Reynolds gave us.
What was that?
The home where Bose was filmed was previously the home of Smokey Robinson.
Well, I don't know. Stats K coming in with the fact check and says that's Kyle's house. If it's Bose's house, I live. If it's Kyle's, she can go screw herself.
Of course, she will be a culture vulture. Anywho,
well,
someone live in that house.
Oh my God, was it Kim?
You stole goddamn Smokey Robinson's house.
Well, Kim don't need to be in no house that was owned by with the word smoke.
Anybody. Damn, Daddy. Damn, Daddy.
Ooh, baby, baby. Oh wow, where do we go from here? First of all, wow, this is why I hate everybody, because Sutton pissed me off in this moment because she not keeping it all the way real with Kyle. But I think the reason why she's not keeping it all the way real with Kyle is because she tried to give us some real. Thought I heard something in the house. I'm gonna get up out of here, bitch. Oh my God. Maybe I was gonna hit that. Oh God, I was gonna be out that window, girl. You saw that? Oh, what is that?
You've been making fun of Dorit's home invasion, and now look, invaded.
No, I never made fun of that. Y'all did. I never said that. I never said that. I was very careful.
That she lied. We didn't make fun of it. We said she lied.
I didn't say she lied.
I did.
I just hope if something was to happen to me, they would let me. They would leave myself on that. Right. Like she got lucky. She hit the jackpot.
They were so nice.
Yeah. Oh my God, they were just the nicest robbers you could have ever met. But. And I think the reason why she did not keep it all the way 100 with Kyle is because when she was trying to keep it 99 in regards to her needing to get a divorce, Kyle shut down immediately and immediately was getting ready to start play the victim and do all of this and do her big one about it. And so the rest of that 100% would have been, you are wrong in how you're going about it with Dorit. You are wrong. Yeah. You're not wrong for feeling the way that you're feeling, but you're not telling the whole truth. And now you're making up situations that happen and omitting certain things so that you can believe that you're right. And in the land that we all live in, they call that delusion. Okay? So snap out of it, own your mistakes, hear her out, and she can own the mistakes that she's made in regards to you. But the reason why she's so angry is because you dismiss whatever she feels like she's going through. And I know from personal experience with you that when someone has a difference of opinion with you and they're fed up with your gaslighting and your manipulation, now that you don't know this person, yes, because we're fed up with you. And so now it's time to cuss you out because you don't seem to understand simple English.
Well,
damn, Chase.
So I'm just saying that's that part for me. So I just really hate that Garcelle and Sutton, they have not outwardly said that they are aligned with Kyle, but right now they're the people who are associating with Kyle, and I'm disappointed that neither one of them are keeping it all the way 100 with her, because to me, it goes against everything that they say they stand for, and I hate doing this. Y'all know I love Garcelle and Sutton.
Chase, I'm wondering now, what if maybe they really don't care to try to help them make up and they want them
at all? At all. That's the way I saw it. They don't.
But that's not but that's not what they're giving.
Yeah.
No, even in that conversation that Garcelle had with Kyle at the party, Kyle was talking and Garcelle was just sitting there like,
no,
really?
Garcelle's side.
That's crazy.
Garcelle, I know
that's crazy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Garcelle didn't give a shit what was going on. Sutton sat across from that lady, was like, well, Kyle, you needed to vote. Divorce. And then production asked her, why are you all of a sudden trust Kyle?
But Jamie,
Sutton said, I don't.
Who said I trust her?
Jamie, but Garcelle co-signed Kyle when they went out to the thing. And she said, I know how to read it. She co-signed.
That did not co-sign Kyle. That's a she still said, I just need Dorit to know. That's Dorit. That's Garcelle taking a whack at Dorit every damn chance she could get.
But you see the levity, right? There's no balance, because you can still say you still wrong, because I don't have an allegiance to either one of y'all. I don't really like either one of y'all.
Garcelle's not going to have a conversation with Dorit. Garcelle has already made it very clear she doesn't care.
About with Kyle.
Well, yeah, no, I get it, but you're wanting there to be two sides. Garcelle is uninterested in having any kind of conversation with Dorit. Like, she's left that last season. Last season was the last straw.
I think you're misunderstanding me, but continue.
Well, like you want them to have the levity and hold Kyle's feet to the fire and say you're still wrong, but like Danny said, neither one of them care. They don't give a shit. They don't care that y'all are fighting. Whatever, girl.
Then move out of the way, love.
They're having fun, gaslighting Kyle, getting Kyle all worked up because every time they bring it up, Kyle's like, "Well, it's just, oh my god, and I can't talk about Morgan. And my husband took a picture down, and I'm so distraught, and like I haven't eaten, and I can't drink alcohol." And it's like, girl,
Hold on,
shut
Jamie.
up.
Before you jump in, Chase, did you have anything on that meeting with Bose in her house? Like what they
Thank
talked
you.
about?
First of all, I just want to thank you, host, for hosting.
And
the
I
show.
do agree with Sean here. Like I said, we still on
You wait a minute. Then both of y'all wrong automatically.
Let's give Garcelle a chance. It's only episode 2, and she wasn't even there.
No,
He was working shit.
no, and but yeah, I'm just saying. Y'all know I am. I like it to be right, and I just don't feel like they're being. Something about it is off, and I know this because they don't care. But if you don't care, I would as much rather y'all operate in the not caring of it all. For me, I don't think it's as transparent as everybody else. Maybe I'm seeing this one a little bit
That's
slower
fair.
than everybody else.
That's fair.
Now, just about the read of it all, leave those alone. I see what you're doing, and I'm trying to be nice this season, but you're going to make Chase Luther King hop out, and you're going to make me say, don't you ever try to befriend this black woman because you think I've forgotten the things that you've done and said to other black women. And so now that you befriended this one, it made the old black woman look crazy on the block.
Well, shit.
Well, shit.
What are you doing? If trash can has its- Go ahead,
Look,
Jamie.
I feel the exact same way as you, Chase, but then Bose in the after shows is paired up with Dorit and still very much has an affinity for Dorit. And so part of me still understanding that Dorit is so microaggressive and has been over the last couple of years to Garcelle, but then seeing Bose very much a very intelligent, very no nonsense type of woman, I'm like, well, what's the like? I'm conflicted. Like, I love you, Bose, and I want you to like get away from her. Like, please go be friends. But then also, I'm like, I haven't seen a lot of interaction with like Sutton or Garcelle, and I'm like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Please film with somebody else. So I'm nervous. I am nervous.
I'm nervous.
Every time I see them together, I want to say, get a job. Stay away from her.
Stay away from her.
Jamie, you're nervous and I'm nerveless.
Nervous. So nervous.
You know, and the whole thing with Dorit and her kids, to me, I think Dorit is not telling the kids what happened because them kids gonna side with PK. They know she talked to him too.
No
We gonna
comment.
live with dad. Damn, we want some peace and quiet. Shit.
No comment.
But all right. So now we go.
Sean said the kids ain't gonna see no difference. PK was gone anyway.
PK wasn't never there. Remember, PK didn't even tell on Happy Mother's Day. He wasn't even there. That's when I knew.
That man don't care.
I knew when PK told her, maybe I'm not going to do this anymore for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not going to do this no more.
Maybe I'm just not gonna do this anymore.
He told her
I
last
will say,
season.
Yeah, with the whole
sorry,
woman thing, the whole red dress. He said, maybe
yeah, he was like, "God damn, whatever happened to thank you? Whatever happened to customer service?" I will say, as insufferable as Dorit is, she looked goddamn good at this lunch with
I don't
Bose
care
and
about
Erica.
that no more.
She looked goddamn
You
good.
always,
That
it'll
hair,
be so easy with your applause.
them
of these
tracks,
little
them
looks.
bundles. Look, even a broken clock is right twice a day. She was
Her
right
clock ain't got
at
no
that
back.
lunch. It's a wind up.
I gotta admit, cigarettes look good on her.
I mean, for me, the reason
I didn't say she smelled good. I said she
The
looked
reason
good.
I don't see
I didn't say she smelled good either. I said she's looking fabulous now that she's coming smoking.
I
Chain
think
smoking.
I don't go up for that because I mean Dorit 90% of the time looks good. So it's just not a thing to me worth commenting on, you know, but
Oh, he got it together, Jamie. What's that about?
that's your square. So
And it's gonna continue to be. It's gonna continue to be.
Chase, you want to get done with the show faster? So
Now
now
I get in it. Now see,
Do your
Jamie,
show,
don't
girl.
choke. Don't choke, Jamie. So now we have Sutton and my boy.
you're so girl.
Baby, when I tell you they look so dumb arguing back and forth about the if the sauce was warm or hot.
I love them
And I
together.
was like, both of y'all wrong. Because the sauce gonna go in the oven anyways later. So
She said it's supposed to be frozen. Like, oh my god, son.
so you know, they're going back and forth over that about the sauce. And Erica and Kathy are coming over because they're gonna surprise Kyle with the house. They're going to Kyle's house to surprise her with the pajama and pizza party to lift her spirits and check on her, but really I think to be nosy.
Boots.
Erica and Kathy arrive at Sutton's house, and suddenly Sutton immediately fills them in on Mauricio, replacing the pictures of him in his office of him and Kyle to the one with him and his partner from Dancing with the Stars. And when I tell you, Kathy said, well, it's one thing if he would have just took it down.
He was
I was like, she got sense then, because that's what I was thinking. It's one thing to take it down. But anyways, they arrive at
I would
Kyle's.
have to tear everything in that house up, bitch. Bitch, I'm gonna act up.
They tried to cook up this elaborate scheme on how to ring her doorbell and surprise her, and it was just a fail to me. But I guess it was fun seeing them try. But you know, they get there. Kyle seems touched. They put on their PJs and they get to making pizza. Kathy told Sutton, "Where's your gloves, girl?" And Sutton throws flour in her face. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, that pizza did look good.
Pizza look good. Artesian. Is that what they call it? Little
that pizza
look
looked really
artesian
good.
pizza.
It didn't matter if the sauce was hot or cold, was it, Sutton? It didn't matter because it got cooked. So, you know, then they go to the sofa and start talking, and Kathy asks, "Where's Garcelle?" And we get a flashback to a scene of Garcelle and Sutton FaceTiming. Garcelle tells Sutton about the movie. Sutton said, "Well, girl, you just had the movie about a missing black girl. How many you gonna keep losing?"
I was like, wait, Sutton. Wait, Sutton. Wait.
Maybe you want that something, dog, bitch.
I was like, wrong road. Wrong road.
And Garcelle said, how about I lose you, LaFred? Like, calm down.
That was wrong.
All right.
Too soon, Miss I Don't See Color. Too soon.
You better get to seeing it.
It's the way she said it, though. She's like, you just lost a black girl.
Black girl.
I'm not gonna lie, I cackled too. Don't get me wrong.
I hollered, but something about it was very color purple to me. I wasn't settled in my spirit about it.
You know how you laugh and you're like, all right, but you laugh.
Not too much.
Because it was. And I'll tell Kyle, you know, pretty much that she needs to protect herself and her assets because it's not going to be as easy as she thinks. And, you know, Kathy pokes fun at Mauricio in that picture he posted on IG, which I laughed. That picture was so unflattering, that man.
She said,
skin just a sad. I know we all got to get there one day, but damn. And
not me, girl.
Kyle doesn't like the joke. Kyle doesn't like the joke. And Kathy apologized.
I'm sorry, Daddy, please. Just one moment.
Okay.
Just very briefly, you guys. Anytime I hear "not me, girl" under any circumstance, any context, I fucking lose it. That is so funny. Not me, girl. Remember when Shantae said it randomly in the group chat? I laughed for a day straight. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Not me, girl. Always gets a rise out of me. Sorry.
But, you know, Kathy apologizes, saying she thought it would make Kyle feel better. And Kyle says, well, it didn't.
Not me, girl.
If I was Kathy, I would have said Dorit would have laughed at it.
Kyle
She would have laughed at it like a real sister.
That they're also used to nasty and messy divorces. They can't fathom her and Mo being amicable during this time. Kyle said, not me, girl. We gonna get
Oh, God.
They talk some more and they eventually leave. I do want to say that Sasuke had a very good point in the chat. Mo moved out. Why you even let him have an office there? That picture would have been moved out with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a typical man.
There, out. Anywho, Jamie.
It's just, I know in the group chat we had said that we don't want to see Kathy anymore, but like I'll let her back in if she's gonna keep whacking Mo and making Kyle uncomfortable. I'll let her back in just a little bit. I'm tired of her.
It was me, girl.
Just
Not me,
yes, me,
girl.
It
girl.
was me,
Yes, me,
girl.
girl.
Not me, girl. Because I didn't say it. I always like Kathy.
I
Sorry.
it and it was kind of in this scene why Sutton is kind of writing for Kyle and filming with Kyle, like you guys are saying they want her to hold the feet to the fire. No, baby, she's getting with Kyle so she can get gossip. Like Danny said, the second they set foot in, she was like, y'all will never guess what happened. That man put a picture of another bitch up in that house.
Because she called
Girl,
Garcelle the minute she left that house.
The minute, and her and Garcelle had a good old cackle. So
They
I
might have
love
called
it.
Crystal. They might have called Crystal too. We can say
They wouldn't have.
boo.
They wouldn't have as much as I love.
She
They
would
wouldn't
have
call her
said,
those.
"Oh wow, really?"
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. She thinks she's so much smarter
That
than anybody.
she thinks she's smarter than everyone.
What about you, Chase?
Uh, the Mauricio of it all. Mauricio is a piece of trash. He is a typical man that will leave his boots anywhere you let him. He will leave his clothes all over the house and all over that other woman's
Dirt,
house. And
dirty ass
so,
draws.
absolutely. So, I think it is absolutely time for Kyle to get a GD divorce. It is time to go. He is sending you messages now. Do you hear
Mm,
me? He's sending you messages now. You think because he gave you a shout out in that book and says he owes everything to you that it's going to be fair, but he's already not playing fair because he is
yep.
clearly showing you he's going to have his cake and eat it too. Right?
Well,
Do you
Kyle's
see what
been
I'm
eating
saying?
too.
Uh,
And
not
not
now.
not Kate.
Not now. Not now. I'm sorry, but let me just
Not now,
rub this one
girl.
out.
Not
Let
now,
me
girl.
let me rub this one out because I was getting somewhere with it.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, yes, he's already shown you he's not going to play fair because what man with any good intentions for anyone, not just a woman, but any person, would do something that cold to that other person? If you need an office space so much, you got every home in California, pick a house there, but not this one, girl. Not me, girl. Not this house. Go somewhere else and parade and flaunt your deeds with your other women somewhere else. Our children live here. This is our family home. You're already not playing fair. What it leads me to believe and what it feels like, and I would hope Mauricio is not this kind of person, but if anything does happen, just because you left the home, you still have your roots in this home and your boots and your clothes all over the place because you got your new bitch in your old home. Why is she there if you don't intend on moving back in eventually with the new bitch? That's number one. Number two,
Well,
let me just slow walk y'all through this and then I'm going to go ahead and get on
oh
out of the
my
way. But
God.
then number two, right? You know what I'm saying, though? But number two, you see, if he's doing that now in the house, what is he going to do when it's time to split shit up in the courtroom?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to owe, right? I got a lot of bills I owe, but am I paying them? Answer no. So what makes you think because he owes you everything for the agency, he gonna give you half of it? Come on, girlfriend. You gotta think. Sutton gave her concrete and solid advice, and she was not coming from a hating place. She wasn't coming from a place that wanted to see somebody break up with her husband and take joy in
Nope.
the dissolution of a marriage. She was coming from a place that, listen, I once liked you. I once loved you. I want to be in a good place with you because I never wanted to fall out with you. And listen to me, because my husband promised me the moon and the stars, but in the end, it was the judge that gave them to me. You got to be smarter
There
than
it
that,
is.
Kyle. I'm so sick of her being dumb. I'm over it.
You know,
Kyle paints dumb because she wants to be a victim. Kyle has this hard on with consistently being portrayed as the victim. Look, since they split, Mo has been with bitches all over this world, but on social media. Kyle brought her bitch onto the show, did a music video with her, made that Jenna Lyons lookalike a fucking friend of the show, and
got a
then
tattoo.
has the audacity to be like, well, my husband in the home that he also paid for in his own private office took a picture of me out and put a picture of a woman. One, he's never been romantically linked with that lady. That was just somebody that he worked with. So, like, yeah, you mad, you feel away, but you had that, Brokeback Mountain looking lesbian with you all last season. Like, I don't understand. Where were the tears then? You didn't seem to care when Tommy Pickles was over here like, "Hey, pal, we gonna go over here and film it for
Hold on,
the
baby.
show."
Down the bottom.
Like,
Gotta be
it's
allegedly
like
up, Chase.
You know
I can't
what?
take her
Gotta be
seriously. I
allegedly.
can't take her seriously.
Allegedly.
And
Um,
the only reason she's playing this is because that little boy dumped her, and now she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so hurt at the
what
dissolution of my marriage." It's like,
what little
okay,
boy?
that little lesbian.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle put that picture up in his office herself.
Not to frame Mauricio. Look at what he did to me.
I wouldn't be surprised because Kyle needs this
She
story because
Kyle gets no sympathy from me,
you
lady.
know,
Shut up.
yeah. I just I don't, even if I don't think Mo's wrong in any of this, just being quite honest, because Kyle was romantically linked to Morgan before we saw anything that Mo was doing. We could
Yep.
talk about past discretion rumors, but the first thing we see confirmed is Kyle doing the scissors.
That's not confirmed, she said, though, Danny. That's speculation.
Okay.
I said, not me, girl. Kyle
Okay,
said, not me,
girl.
Allegedly.
Yeah, not me.
Nah, it happened.
Well, Chase, when you
No, I
left,
didn't.
I said,
I was right here. I just didn't want nobody to see me struggling trying to figure out where allegedly was at.
oh, okay, yeah, I said I pretty much feel that Kyle might have put that picture up in his office herself. But
Oh, see, I would have did it too.
me too. But
How dare you do me this way?
Look, I mean, the only grounds that Kyle has to be mad at is Mauricio was over there gallivanting around the globe with Anita, and Kyle got the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. Like, I would be mad too, girl. Like, Mauricio is knocking down these bad bitches like
well, she
dominoes,
better step
and
up.
you stuck with what's her name? Julia's wife from Miami. Like, I'd be mad too.
I get you, Jamie. I would be mad too because do you know how embarrassing it is that your separated husband is gallivanting with one of the world's most famous musical superstars, and the only people who did not get a country music award this year was Beyonce, Shabuzi, and whoever it is that she's dating.
That man.
Right, exactly. And so it's like, yes, I understand that Kyle went from Birkins to boot cuts, and now she's throwing axes and stuff like that, and has an affinity for scissors. But I just, she said it's not true, y'all, so we got to believe it.
I mean, I don't have to.
Bye, girl.
Not me, girl.
Not me, girl.
Not me, girl.
So.
Okay, but I think we need to move on for any of the lesbians that stumble on this
Yeah,
video.
if I was the lesbian community, I would have you two's head.
Yeah.
Let's get a poll going. Who converts more straight women, gay men or lesbians?
Lesbians.
While y'all
sure.
answer that, we're gonna go on to the
Danny
Newport.
said, "Not me, girl."
We're gonna go
Not me, girl.
to the Newport game. PK and Dorit meet up at a restaurant to talk. They arrive. PK arrives first, and he orders some food and asks for a non-alcoholic beer. And then Dorit arrives, and they both order some food. And Dorit asks him, "Do you mind if I have a drink?" And he says, "Oh, no, go ahead." And she proceeds to order her signature drink. PK asks her if she notices his new jacket, and I'm not gonna lie to him. I thought her jealousy was real at seeing him buy new clothes.
Okay, she was stingy. She wanted him to be.
Because you know what that means to like somebody? Oh, you got bitches.
Yeah.
You got better bitches? Okay.
And said, "Yeah,
okay.
take a look at single PK."
PK.
And again, I'm not gonna lie. Dorit's face looked hurt when he said that, and you could tell it hurt her. And PK opens. She asks him how he feels, and PK says, "I'll tell you how I feel. I feel edgy."
Like you need a drink.
He says he didn't know how bad he had the alcoholism, the disease, and he said he is very clear on what has happened, and he brings up how horribly they speak to each other, and that if they spoke to the server the way they speak to each other, they'd be kicked out of the restaurant. PK said it's like they don't like each other. But I don't question the love. And Dorit asks him if he doesn't like her, And he says at times he doesn't, and then she interjects. So he's trying to explain himself to her, but she keeps, in the typical Dorit fashion, interrupting. And I bet that's even harder to deal with sober.
Okay,
I know
PK
that's
said,
why
damn,
y'all,
this apple just bring me the bill.
He
I know
says
that's
he
why y'all
made,
drink when I'm on the panel.
not me, girl. He says he made the biggest change. She asked him to, which was to stop drinking. But he feels that she hasn't made any changes. And I thought that was a very valid observation on his
Ooh.
part. Dorit tells him when he's in one of his moods, she can't get through to him. PK says he used to be her number one and doesn't feel he comes first anymore as her spouse. And in this instance, I kind of got the whole thing. Like, I don't know if he resents her success, but she's like overshadowing him. And it's like, he's not as dependent on him anymore. He says she was always with him, but she isn't that anymore. She was she came to him a very different girl. And it was him who was the global entrepreneur. And now she makes him feel less than. He feels emasculated. And Dorit says it's the first time she's heard it from him in this way. Because probably you just listened. All you gotta do is stop talking. She says it's the last thing she has ever felt about him or wanted to make him feel. He says, look, you're my family, you're my best friend, the mother of my kids, and that's how it's going to be until the day I die. He says, but we need space, and it doesn't mean that we can't be there. I can't be there for you if you really need me or vice versa. And Dorit says, well, I mean, we're talking like 5 times a day. Pika says, I know, but we're not going to. Not me, girl. Not before. Dorit said, I don't understand. And PK says, well, that codependency is what we have to break. Dorit says she wants to remain committed, and it looked like Dorit wanted to keep on talking, but PK said, okay, let's go.
Love.
They leave the restaurant, give each other a friendly hug, and go in their separate ways. And as me and Antonio noticed last night, PK's car is sick. That is a beautiful car. Chase.
Yes.
Your thoughts.
Okay, you said my name. I didn't know what you wanted.
Yes.
Yes, that's me.
Yes.
Here, President.
Please.
Yes. Interesting that Dorit is doing this new thing that's a fabulous new discovery, and it's called listening. And so that's why she was like, well, that's the first time I've heard it like this. And she was trying to allude that he has only ever said it very abusively. We pick up what you're putting out, or not in a nice way. But I think that he probably has said it in more ways to you than once. And maybe because the camera was on, you were forced to listen and have some accountability for the situation. Now, I will applaud. You were saying?
No, I was just like, to what you were saying.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Yes. What I will applaud PK for is no matter how archaic the thought process is, no matter how anti-woman the thought process is, no matter how in a lot of senses could be determined to be demeaning it is, he stuck to his truth, which is, I married a young, dumb blonde and gave her an accent and ran the world with her by me on top and her doing what I asked her to do at no hesitation. And now that she's hesitating, now that she has some comeuppance of her own, I am no longer attracted to that, because a lot of the things that attracts me is A, not brushing my teeth, B, having a young, hot woman to do whatever I say, and C, me being on top of the world. And I think that when his world started to crumble and all these money allegations, we know that PK is now on his luck, back against the wind, trying to make it no way to win financially. We know this, because that's what the words on the street was. People was chasing Dorit around the pool for their damn money a couple of years ago. And then all of a sudden, they got broke into, and she was at Kroger. First of all, Dorit doesn't even go to Kroger. What is she doing at Kroger? And somebody robs her? Okay, Dorit.
I thought it was Marshall's.
Same thing. You know, she was at the Piggly Wigglies. You can, but I mean, when you start seeing Dorit at Save a Lot and at Aldi's. It's like, what's going on here? This is and now all of a sudden $10,000 is missing from your purse. Okay, Dorit.
You borrowed $10,000.
Exactly. You need to go get that check back from Greg because I don't want to say that the lady lied like y'all be calling her no lie. I'm not gonna do that.
I gave you
But
cash.
I'm not going to do it. Not me, girl. Y'all do it. But what I will say is, if that is what you desire and if that is what you need, leave her and go get what you need and stop stringing people along. Okay? You don't want to be with her. It's quite evident. It's quite obvious. I would agree with you, but not for the reason that you're saying. I was actually disappointed in his reasoning as to why he no longer wants to be with Dorit. And it feels like once he was down and she was on the upward trend, it triggered him and bothered him to no end because he's used to being a top dog. When in a relationship, when you are up and the other person is down and not on the same level, you lift them up and you guys are at the same level. And when something happens to you, like a lot of things have happened to him over these last few years, and she is on a financial upswing and cultural relevancy for being an alleged racist, and getting a check for it, she brings you up and you don't suffer. But instead of seeing y'all as one, you saw her as the plus one in your relationship. And if that's the case, you need to go ahead and leave her carcass out and move on with the rest of your life.
He actually didn't even look like he wanted to be filming.
He did not want to film. He loves to film with Mauricio.
He don't want to be filming with her.
Yeah.
He don't want to film with her.
Amanda has a good.
Hold on one second, Jane.
Okay.
I just want to remind everybody, Jamie put the link in the comments for callers. So we'd love to hear your thoughts.
We already got some people in there, so I'll make this quick. Amanda leave or has a very good point here. We know PK's kids are already older. He done raised his kids. I think a lot of these men that are older and powerful, they get these younger wives because they know that the wives are dependent on them for money, for maintaining the lifestyle that they marry these older men for. And a lot of times we've seen when the wives, it happened with Erica. We get a little bit of that on Salt Lake City with Bronwyn and her husband.
Yeah.
Once the wives start having a voice of their own and doing things, these men don't enjoy having a partner that has a mind of their own and their own things. And this is by no means saying Dorit is perfect because I don't know what's going on with closed doors. She grayed on my nerves for the last 9 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the power dynamics that we talk about with this age gap, particularly with the age gap and also the financial gap. Dorit didn't really have a whole lot when she got with him. And I think PK, I can understand Dorit probably grates on his nerves, but when he said like, well, now you just stay at home with the kids, I was like, that's what a mother is supposed to do. Never in my life would I have to say Dorit is doing something right, but like there is no doubt in my mind that Dorit puts those kids first in whatever situation that looks like with Dorit. Like obviously she's got money,
right.
she's got a nanny, but she is home with the kids. So even when he was talking to Mauricio saying she used to go to events with me and now she's home, like what? What are we talking about? So I'm sorry, PK. I agree with Danny. I agree with Chase. Cut this lady loose. File for divorce. Give her a settlement. Do whatever.
Well, I want her to suffer some more, but go ahead.
Like no, because I can't take another Lisa and Lenny. I can't. I can't do this. But it also is frustrating to see Dorit sit here and say, "It's like, wow, I never heard him say these things." I was like, "No, you did hear." You just never digested the things that he was saying because he's been saying these things on camera for a couple of years. So I don't know what to tell you.
I agree with we're gonna bring in our first caller.
All right, we've got Classy Lady with the first one up.
Hi, Classy Lady.
Hi.
So
hello.
We got some other callers, so we're gonna give you 60 seconds. Go on and use your time, baby.
60 seconds, okay. Well, I basically had 2 thoughts. One, as far as Dorit goes, I believe it seems like she's maybe in denial of what's going on and still has hope of reconciliation, perhaps. Like deep down that hey, maybe this will, because when Bose talked to her about that, um, had a hard time responding and trying to figure out what to say because I think she felt like we're just gonna take some time apart, but eventually, we have children, we'll be back together again, and and like how you brought out the pain in her face when he said, I'm single PK, and which, to me, it's not, you're not single PK, you're still married to her, you're still legally married to that woman. You just decided to move out of the house. Okay, so you're just out of the house, you're not single. um
Yeah.
but and whatever way you want to twist it, or whatever, and I just found that to be kind of like he was giving her a little dig or a jab or something, but he has he he seems to he seems to be a bit controlling to me, and I sense little gaslighting, actually. But he's saying like he's this big mogul and all this stuff, but your house is in foreclosure. So
Oh,
Dorit's the only person who actually is making the, is mostly I would say the breadwinner of this household, and so if she just sees you being sloppily drunk or something and not really being home or just partying and things, she may just not respect you anymore, and that may be the root of the cause of she doesn't respect you, and that's why you feel less than. She may not come out and say it, but that's the feeling I'm getting when, as far as what he was explaining the problem was. And but yeah, he's completely checked out of that relationship, which is very sad. And
is
like
it?
he's not going to even try. And lastly, I was going to say that the Kyle situation, I I don't. There's something missing. It doesn't sound right. What's going on in in that scenario? Um, for for Mauricio to take, you still have your children. You still have Sophia and Portia living in that house, and you're gonna take a picture down of you and Kyle down, and then you're gonna put up a picture of another woman and you up. That seems extremely brazen and disrespectful, and you just, it wouldn't happen in my home. So I mean, that picture would have been taken out, ripped, burned, and the frame would have been thrown out as he left the
I'm with
house.
I'm with you, classy lady. But thank you. We hope to see you next week. We have another caller or
Oh,
two.
I'm sorry.
You know why I
That
enjoy.
picture's
I
out.
let you. I let you keep on going over
It's
those
gotta go,
because
classy
I
lady.
always enjoy hearing what you have to say, and I don't want to just like give you
Mm,
only 60 because I know you always got a lot to contribute with us, and we enjoy hearing it.
okay, sorry, but yeah,
But I
but
agree
thanks
with
for your
you.
commentary. Everything it was a good episode. It was just kind of sombering because, like I said,
Yeah.
I may be projecting, um, but thank you.
All right,
See you next
love.
time.
See you next
We'll
week.
see you
Well,
next
no, not,
week.
yeah, next week.
Love you, classy lady. See you soon.
All
All right.
right, we got not a Taylor Swift picture.
Yes, the number two star. Go ahead,
Oh
Demetri.
Lord, the number two. Hey, number two. Hey,
Not the one,
mate.
but the two.
Jamie, you know you tickles me.
Hey,
I
mate.
knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that too. For
But
the we harassed you all day.
Demetri, do not let Jamie interrupt your
they
60
did.
seconds.
Okay, all right, yes, you're right, you're right. Okay, so when it comes to PK and Dorit, I feel like the issue is PK has his side and Dorit has hers. And unfortunately
Mhm.
for Dorit, PK was allowed to showcase his, and she kind of overplayed her hand last season and this season by not only discarding his feelings when he expressed to her some of his issues with her in therapy, and then she come in this season pushing the alcohol thing, which is despicable. Honestly, it's even low for the read, and I ain't even think she can get that lower. And she just kind of tries to shut him up by hugging him and reassuring him, but that doesn't work. And she didn't hear him, so therefore they're at the point they're at now. And he's gotten sober, and he realized he can't stand that help along with the trophy wife aspect that y'all put in there. All of those things are combined together, and it is just time for them to just get a divorce. It's really
Uh,
that simple. It doesn't work
uh,
anymore. Dorita be sustainable. She got the show still, and she got brand deals, partnerships on social media. She'll be all right along with y'all support. They just need to go their separate ways. It is what it is at this point.
You think she getting some
Um,
child support?
I mean, I'm sure she's gonna take him to court for sure. Now, whether she get it or not is neither here nor there, or how much she get. But he's gonna have to give something. They're still kids. To me, I don't know. But you're right. That is a good question. I do love Bozuma. Her hair is a lot for me. The hair is big, very big.
I love her.
But no, I love her. I love how they showcased her career. Like that was, to
Yeah.
see a black woman of color on there, doing it big the way that she was doing it, and all those people that were there, they were championing her on. It was just good to see that, and I love that Bravo is giving her the spotlight to do that. And she's not really coming
Absolutely.
in very negative. She's kind of being neutral with everybody. She's not, as of yet, anyways, choosing the side, and I like that as well, that she's not coming in super high. And as
Demisha,
far
that
as
might have been your sister
Agreed.
alarm.
okay,
I'm just
Oh,
joking.
all right, Demisio. Thank you. Number
Well,
two. We loved
Delicio,
it.
well,
huh?
hold on, wait. Just before you let him go, hold on. Before you let him go, just really quickly. I just wanted to say that I hear you, but for me, I am happy to see a black woman of color do big things with her big hair. Good day.
Bye, Demisio. We'll talk to you later.
Good day.
Well, y'all, we have come to the end of
Lord
another
Jesus.
fabulous, fun episode. I want to remind y'all that on Tuesdays, Down to the No Chaser, our fabulous Chase is hosting Married to Medicine, which started off with a really good episode as it premiered this weekend. So, Chase, please keep styling and profiling that show for us. It was your baby when it was over here.
Woo!
So it's only fitting that it's your baby and goes, with you. And I don't think anybody else could do it like you.
Woo!
I hate her. Not me,
So,
girl.
on that note, thank y'all. We hope that y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. If you celebrate it not, I hope you enjoy these 3 or 4 days off from work. If you don't celebrate it, take advantage of the holiday that they give you anyway. But just kick back, relax your feet, and party on down to the Escape Beat.
Escape beat,
But
just kick it.
thank you. So be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you on Monday for.
Y'all go subscribe to No Chaser TV. We almost at 1,000.
Oh yeah, come on, get them to 1,000. But we will be here on Monday for Potomac, Tuesday Down to No Chaser for the Married to Medicine, and back here for Beverly Hills. And I don't know when I don't know when Salt Lake City comes, but y'all get in the episode. I just don't know when. But with that,
She said we don't know what's going on. Danny, am I clicking the video or you?
I got it.
Okay.
On that note, y'all, you would have clicked it off and I would have clicked it back on. On that, y'all, lean out. We love y'all.
Happy
Happy holidays.